All right. Listen, without further ado, my home family, air sign gang gang, happy Wednesday to you. Come on to the table. We're doing something different. I normally just shoot up with astrology and tarot and we roll through the week together, but I just thought it might be fun to try something different and just you guys, Air Sign Gang, and anyone else who felt called to watch, I started out just as a wee tarot reader. I started out just reading tarot and then over the years got into astrology and took classes and courses and did all the things as well. But it all started with tarot. And so I also have a full moon monthly group. I offer bookings for tarot readings on my Facebook page and private events and do all the things with tarot. But I often we do tarot cards on the astro readings, but yeah, I just thought it would be fun and maybe we'll do it for a couple weeks. I know anytime you start something new, it kind of takes people a little while to pick up on what you put it down. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I am excited. I being your local Aquarian astrologist and tarot reader, all right, also candle maker. Whoop! Did y'all see her? Let's see, what was it? The pumpkin. All right, air sign gang. What? I'm called to take both. The pumpkin and All Hallows Eve. Yes, we will. And thank you so much, Spirit Guides. This is from the Samhain Oracle from the season of the witch. But yeah, listen, come on in. Welcome into the table. Air signs, we're talking about predominantly your sun, moon, and rising placements. Where you could also be considering maybe your I would even dare say Jupiter. Do you have an air sign placement there? That kind of has to do with wisdom and it kind of has to do with life cycles and what you go and possibly do for work or abundance. It's also expansion, wealth. Anyway, and of course your Venus sign, relationships, what you are attracting, what is in the heart space that you're working on. Maybe some wounds and healing. Anyway, so yeah, predominantly sun, moon, and rising. May also be checking out your Venus placement and possibly even your Jupiter. So welcome in to the altar, to the table, my air sign family gang. Shout out if you are an Aquarius. I do myself. I am myself strange and unusual. No, I'm just kidding. My friend did make me a beautiful candle. Actually, I have it sitting here. That was Beetlejuice themed, and there's a little charm on there. It's amazing. I burnt it down, but I cherish her candles so much. And there's all these little charms and stones. I'll actually, I had some dressed organic beeswax taper candles left over from a private event. And I'll do this all the time because I just love her candles and I don't want to put it away. And the scent's amazing and sometimes it'll carry, but yeah, no, I myself am a Aquarius stellium. Yeah, girl, I know, friend. Listen, 4 big hitters in Aquarius. I do have lots of fire though, so shout out also to my fire sign family, but welcome into my air signs. Last, but absolutely, most certainly not the least. Okay, don't ask me because I'm biased. Listen, what is the pulse? What is the pulse for my air sign family? Where did I put the book? Oh, child, it's right here beside my arm. We'll see. We may pull from that. So, the first thing that comes to mind, of course, is obviously that we are shifting slowly but surely, and we're just dipping our toes in the water, child. Age of Aquarius, right? I definitely also consider that Jupiter is in Gemini. We have Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. We just completed Libra season. So what up? What up? How are you feeling, my air sign family? Okay. I feel like I was chit-chatting, I was shouting out my fire sign family, my fire sign tribe, because we just kind of came out of this Grand Cardinal Cross. We had this, full moon and a fire sign in Aries, as we did also start. Ooh, I wish you could smell it. Don't it smell so good? Mm-hmm. We had focus. I know, right? Look, we over here with the air signs. We all over the place anyway, storytelling and whatnot. But yeah, I'm trying to think I don't know. I feel like I ain't even gonna lie to you. I was like, how do I sugarcoat it? It's going to be interesting when Pluto officially sits all the way down at home in Aquarius, and we have the 2 decades as we progress further into the beautiful age of Aquarius. We will have those 2 core decades in Pluto and Aquarius. I'm just thinking about, there's so much water. It's a very watery week. And so I don't know. I'm not really jumping out channeling any messages for my air sign people. Super specific, so let's just go ahead and get into the cards. I do feel like, let's see, Jupiter is in retrograde. If you are an Aquarius, you're co-ruled by Saturn. I will say this. I feel like a lot of air signs, may be able to really digest a lot of mental body integration, receiving a lot of spiritual messages, learning a lot of new spiritual modalities, upgrading information that's really coming down through our crown chakras with that Jupiter and Gemini. I also feel that like a lot of karmic cycles are coming to completion, maybe even heightened to a degree if you have a lot of big hitters or big air sign placement. Especially shout out to my Libras, because the North Node is in Libra right now, and it's kind of acting like a gate. And all these planets, I'm hearing the ants go marching to da 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 da. They're going through the South Node gate, which means karma got to be checked at the door. Like Saturn is also completing almost 30 years that's taken for him to go through this orbit. And so that just heightens and amplifies the energy. Saturn is the co-ruler of Aquarius. Yeah, karmic completion. I'm hearing en masse. Okay. No más. No, I don't know. Wait, is that Spanish for no more? I mean, hey, it goes along with the theme. Why am I hearing you guys? You gotta know when to fold 'em. Know when to hold it. Is it hold 'em? Know when to fold 'em. Know when to walk away. Know when to run. Right? You better count your cards before you get to the card table. Something about when the dealing's done. What is this? Are we trying to get something out of our energy, air sign family? That's kind of been a theme, but I totally get it. Because again, North Node, Libra, karmic completion, a lot of balancing and reharmonizing. We're in Scorpio season 2, so it's like, ain't nothing hiding. Mercury's in Scorpio as well. Nothing is hiding. I'm hearing come out wherever you are. Ooh, very interesting. Okay, so we have Pumpkin and All Hallows Eve. Pumpkin was almost the jumper, but I don't know, when I cut the deck to let Pumpkin come ahead out, All Hallows Eve was just speaking to me, so I took it from my spirit guides and ancestors and team. I trust, Pumpkin, uncaging the spirit within thou, the fertile power you hold. To taste your buttery velvet upon the tongue is a gift I shall cherish each day that comes. So, in, let's say, the Davic nature spirits and the plant energies and the spirits of nature, Pumpkin is really about abundance and prosperity. Lighting a pumpkin was a symbol of protection as well. But also, like, pumpkin can so well. Pumpkin could be used in so many different things. It was really a blessing of abundance, and the abundance extended, like, through your wintering. So pumpkin is like, how would we say, is very auspicious, Let's flip to page 128, my air sign family, and let's read about pumpkin. You see, protection, fertility, prosperity. Pumpkins have been a tradition for Samhain for hundreds and hundreds of years. If you're new here, let me just go ahead and tell you, I do love to apprentice and have trained for more than a decade. And there's no need to read the credentials to you. Love and light, okay? But I do observe those traditions through the year, whether you say that's pagan or Whatever, following the flow of the natural rhythms of the earth. Samhain is at kind of at the end of the wheel of the year, and we have these three gateways that walk us through the harvest season. I'm hearing you have to give an offering as you walk through each gateway for your abundance. Very pumpkin, right? For your abundance to continue to extend. It's almost like you got to get rid of something to make space if you want something else. Or either are you going to keep the thing? I'm hearing, interesting. But yes, Samhain would be like the last harvest celebration. And, hopefully you've done well. You've gleaned what you needed to and juiced the marrow out of all the sunlight and did all the work and organized the thing. And you had a productive Virgo season and you celebrated. It was a beautiful, fruitful Libra season. And now hopefully you're canning and planning and organizing and it's like winter is coming. You know what I'm saying? But I love the pumpkin showing up here. Jack-o'-lanterns were carved to scare away ghosts and goblins. What was it? You got to know when to hold them, okay? But also like protection, scaring something away that's in the darkness. And I was saying, what is this? What do we do in air signs? Are we cutting something out? Something, an old version of yourself? I don't feel like you'd be protecting. This feels like a person's energy. But that's been coming through, even though I don't always really channel readings like that. I love to teach that the greatest form of self-love and wisdom is that you can't control what other people do outside of you. You only control how you react. So a lot of times when I read the energy, I bring it back to us. You with you, what does that work? What is the inner work? Because that will reflect the outer world and what you accept, what you allow, what you attract. You feel what I'm saying? So, but a lot of this energy has been coming through very specific, like people in relationships, things that want to be close that no longer maybe are, all protecting yourself from the energy of the past or something. But I get it. It is Scorpio season. We do have Mercury in Scorpio. We do have a lot of water placements. It's intense. It's emotional. Mars is also in Cancer. There's this repressed like tension of, and people are realizing, oh shit, the karmic gates are closing. I hear it like this. And so I'm not surprised again with the South Node in Libra, that this kind of like energy is coming up. It's just not always common for me. I do realize that some readers, like, it's all they read about all day and they specialize in that. However, that ain't it for me, fam. Like, that's not my role. Yeah, girl does not stay here doing love readings all day. But I'm not saying this may not be like a romantic partnership, but it's a vibration that's been coming through. And I'd love to explain to people like soul contracts. I don't want to use the word twin flame because some people get hella triggered and you need to calm down, right? Okay. It's okay. I love you. It's okay. Listen, soulmates, let's just say emotional bonds and like the soul contracts that we made in the Akashics before we became incarnate. And we kind of said, yeah, I'll take all of those tasks, right? They all look different, and it could be a toxic family member. It could be a friend that you thought you'd be connected with forever. I thought we were going to work in this business together forever, Bless. You get what I'm saying? Okay, let's continue reading. Carving jack-o'-lanterns originally began with a variety of root vegetables from turnips to potatoes. Pumpkins, however, became the preferred method for the abundance of space for carving, and there was always plenty left over to fashion into dinners, desserts, even drinks. A pumpkin drink? What now? I know they didn't juice that pumpkin. Anyway, I'm just have never heard of that, okay? The pumpkin is more than a scare tool for the witch, however. It is a symbol of protection, fertility, and abundance. There's like spells or like an abundance wish, and you like wrap it up in the pumpkin and everything. Yeah. The pumpkin represents the power of the womb, so it's no surprise that its color corresponds with that of the sacral chakra. Ooh, you see what I'm saying? Sacral. This may definitely be specifically romantic. Passionate. I don't know. I'm seeing Mars being put down in a pot of water. Well, we were talking about in the collective astro reading, we were saying it's like Mars is churning in a cauldron. When I think of the sacral chakra, it's just like some sort of passion being doused out. Or maybe that's you trying to separate yourself or protect yourself from something. Anyway. The pumpkin represents the power of the womb, so it's no surprise that its color corresponds with the color of the sacral chakra, and its size is a symbol of prosperity and having enough to go around. You have pulled pumpkin today because you are protected from and safe from harm. You see, yeah, it's like this vibe. There is a presence around you keeping the scary things away from your front door. You can rest easy knowing that your back is guarded. This card can also mean taking some steps to keep negative people out of your life. Okay, true. Because, well, we are shifting from Libra to Scorpio season, but the shadow Libra, shout out to my air sign family, right? And sometimes even shadow air sign is like, why are you saying that you don't want to keep experiencing these type of connections, but you don't cut the communication with people? You know, let's not do that thing. Remember, let's think about, ooh, my left ear is ringing like off the hook. Let's not do that thing where we say, I want to help them. It's not our job. And in fact, oftentimes we can find ourselves becoming enablers. Okay. People have to walk through their own lessons and sort out their own karma, because there's a reason that they've created that for themselves and that it exists, and we can't do this whole I'm just going to save them from their mistake. We can't do that. We can always help people, the spirit, our ancestors, our team, and higher self, if something is put right immediately in our path. You know what I'm saying? But you can't be all getting all up out your way to try to save people and think you're going to do their karma. That's not how that works. And that's not being nice. You're preventing them from growing and learning their lessons. So I'm saying, yes, let's reiterate, okay, a theme here. Cut negative people. I'm hearing, I'm going to wash that man right out of my hair. I don't know. That's what I heard. Cut them negative cut them out. I'm seeing that GIF where they got like big scissors. Okay. Interesting. You may need to reduce the amount of time you spend in some relationships or set firm boundaries. And that's really, once again, it keeps coming through in each group, okay? Doing so will allow you to put your energy where it is needed most. Absolutely. Let's also read All Hallows Eve. Cool, which is the very first card in the deck. So this could be a regeneration from 30 back to 1. Maybe it's a restart, a regeneration once you're able to release this person or this past version of yourself, whatever the case. You know, as always, take what resonates and leave the rest, right? Don't just try to like force something to be your story and then you're just like, this makes no sense. It's not applicable to you. That's okay. If you want to find out clarity on a subject, you know, you can check out my website. You can check out my Facebook business page. You can email me to book a private reading, right? Okay. All Hallows Eve, call upon the voices that stir your senses through the night. Cast an unforgiven howl as you stomp your might through the ground. How interesting. Uncaging the spirit, stomping, howling, an unforgiven howl. There's something about allowing yourself to be free from something or someone while understanding at the same time you're still very protected. Okay, let's read. All Hallows Eve, emotion and summoning. See, I don't know. Summoning though, like if someone wants to speak with you. Anyway. Samhain, Halloween, Feast of Apples, November's Eve, Hallowmas, Shadowfest, All Hallows Eve. You know, we can go down the list, right? All mean different things to different cultures, but have the same intention, a day to honor those who have passed on, as well as celebrating the passing of summer and the coming of winter. On this night, the veil between our world and the next is at its thinnest. Spirits are given a chance to pass over to find their resting place, and loved ones who have passed can visit. We can take advantage of this magical time by harnessing the open energy from the spiritual realms. Communications with spirits and guides are more natural than any other night of the year. It's a beautiful time, and let me tell you, super heightened to my air sign family. super heightened also because of so many ending like critical degrees across the collective astrology right now. But as well, we have Saturn in Pisces. We also have Neptune in Pisces. All Neptune in Pisces, especially at that ending critical degree. The veil is very thin in this energy. It's even amplified because of that, right? Excuse me. It's a beautiful time to deepen a psychic practice or start a new one or to call on the help of the powers that be. Working magic on this night is likely to lead to success even if you've never worked a spell before. If you have pulled All Hallows Eve, you are being called to summon your inner magic. Very beautiful. Maybe you could do something. Now, if you're like me, okay, I will say I don't do spell work per se, but abundance practice is beautiful where you work with the intent of the universe, and it's something that's very, it's not like locking yourself up in a bound energy and letting the universe, your ancestors, your team, like your spirit team, your guides, however, whatever archetypes you connect to, right? You're just saying, something very broad about being abundant, being prosperous. Like I am filled with gratitude now about how I'm always going to have everything that I need exactly when I need it. So be it. You get the verbiage there, and you put that in a pumpkin, and you have a candle in there. You can coordinate your oils and your plant spirits and all these things. So maybe it's something like that, tapping into that right now because it's going to be powerful and amplified, my air signs. The spiritual realm is smiling on you and is waiting to be made use of. This can also be spirit ancestors and your ancestors and your spiritual team are providing you with that protection. Maybe they have a message that they want to have come through, and it's like a, howling in the night. Oh, y'all, I'm so sorry. Howling through the night, stomping the ground. Maybe it's like being out in nature, connecting with your ancestors and your spirit guides to receive a message. The spiritual realm is smiling on you and is waiting to be made use of. Some additional ways to use this energy is to create a Samhain altar that stays throughout the year, or working with one of the correspondences of Samhain. Additionally, you might try working with more profound, darker energies, such as crone energy or the dark goddess, such as Hecate or the Morrigan. And there's many more, right? Ereshkigal. We could make a list, right? Whatever speaks to you. Calling on a deity regularly will help you develop the ability to summon power at will. Right, because it's just an archetype, right? For the energy to flow. Okay. Let us continue, air sign family. Let's continue to dig in. See, what clarification do we need about this message around the pumpkin and the All Hallows Eve card, about practicing magic, about howling and stomping our feet on the ground and knowing that we're protected and connecting with our ancestors and calling in abundance and prosperity while also releasing anything that creates a blockage. Spirit guides, ancestors, and team for the highest and best good for my air sign family, for my air sign gang. What are the messages that might want to come out to clarify? Is there something that we need to be protecting ourselves from? Right? Whoa. Hold on, guys. All right. So we have Two of Bats. You may be asking your ancestors with direction on making a decision. But the Two of Bats, which would traditionally... Oh, we have the Hermit that just came out. Okay. Taking time alone, practicing ritual, returning to nature. Calling on your ancestors, being quiet, inner, finding the inner lamp, you know what I mean? The Hermit card, kind of putting the overthinking at a stalemate. I hear it like this. And then of course the Hermit is like reflection, meditation, solitude, okay, which are all parts of you doing ritual too. And it can just be a time, I'm hearing, take a time out from overthinking to celebrate, to return to magic, which was the energy of both of these cards. Maybe you're overthinking that situation you feel like you need protection from. But sometimes I'm hearing what we can do is we can reverse manifest what we overthink about, right? Like oops, didn't mean to manifest that into my life, but you were so worried about it. The universe was like, well, I thought you thinking about it every day. You know what I'm saying? The Two of Bats, again, which is the Two of Swords. It can definitely be crossroads energy, which is interesting because the dark feminine goddess archetypes in here, Hecate is one that like holds is a gatekeeper and holds the keys. And, you can definitely Google and read into whatever resonates with you, but it's kind of like being at a crossroads, but calling your power back to yourself and going within to kind of seek the answers. Could be, once again, from your ancestors. Sometimes I feel like it's almost like the bats. These bats. Oh my gosh, I'm freaking out. They're flying all around my head. It's like this vibe of, I don't know. It's like a girl in the forest swatting, like she was maybe freaked out. She was running through the forest and there's this cave, and then all of a sudden bats, right? You can see it, an image from like any spooky movie, right? And she's swatting her head and it's like, I can't see. It gives me this vibe of like, well, you have to kind of like that. What is it? I didn't see a light at the end of the tunnel, so I lit that bitch up myself. This is what it's giving. But it's almost like this message of saying, well, your ancestors want you to know that you ain't walking alone, air sign family. Like, and I know sometimes Scorpio season can feel dark and intense, and even more so amplified with the water in the collective astrology, amplified with what Mars is doing. I mean, like, I get it. I don't know why I'm hearing this. Some of you maybe not only have predominant air, but also have predominant fire. I know I do, and that's a very heavy masculine chart. So when a planet like Mars is kind of, excuse me, put in time out, stopped at a stalemate, stopped at a crossroads, he wants to act. Maybe this is coming through because you might want to check out the fire sign video as well. But it's almost like you wish... Like, I wish I had some more options, or I don't know. This can also be like, if you're spending too much time alone and your thoughts and your memories kind of attacking you like bats, maybe you need to return to your magic. Maybe you need to plan a beautiful celebration, gratitude ritual, or some way to thank your ancestors and guides. Maybe you need to go out. I mean, it's October, child. It's a bunch of fun stuff out there to do. Maybe. I'm just saying, on the shadow side of the Hermit, with all this heavy, intense, watery Scorpio season, it's all churning in a cauldron. Us air signs, we can get stuck in this mode where we're just overthinking everything. And maybe it's just kind of like, I just need to get out. I need to do something that opens up my senses. Maybe I'm being, again, called out into nature, putting my feet on the ground, uncaging my spirit, picking up from the oracle cards there, right? But it's almost like you have to possibly either make a choice, walk forward from something. Maybe it requires, as all harvest cycles do, maybe it requires a sacrifice. You got to drop something to be able to keep moving forward. So meditation and solitude, as far as like getting things quiet in your mind, you may need that. And you may once again, please call on your ancestors. Please call on your spirit guides to lead you. But at the end of the day, it's like you just have to make a move. You're either going to go left or right, but you're going to have to go forward either way. Okay, so drop what's heavy, move forward. And the best thing to do when that type of movement, my air sign family, when it feels really hard to do that, is to remind yourself what you're grateful for having. Maybe celebrating and remembering my ancestors were making decisions like X, Y, and Z. So let me practice gratitude for everything that I have while honoring them as well. I know they're guiding me. Okay, whether it's left or whether it's right, I'm going to develop and have an experience. I have free will. Divine timing is perfect. I don't know. It's giving like, have you thought about this too much while you were sitting alone, when really you should be celebrating everything you have to be grateful for, right? All right, my air sign family, I love you and I appreciate you. Give me some feedback and let me know if you like this format. Maybe we will continue to do it each week. But yeah, I'm sending you a lot of love. I look forward to talking to you guys again soon. All right, enjoy the rest of your evening. Take good care. Bye.